Hi everybody, and welcome to Take Your Time Gaming. I'm your host Katie, this is your host Suki, and these are all your plushie hosts. Today is June 5th, and that means that the Nintendo Direct for Pokemon Sword and Shield aired today. And oh my goodness, did we get a lot of juicy information. I am so excited for these games to release on November 15th, so I decided to do a trailer analysis of all of the information we received. Now, some of the information, Now, some of the information was explicitly stated, and other bits are conjecture on my part and extrapolation, but I will be clear in my analysis which part is which. So, let's start off and talk about how dang gorgeous this is. The graphics look amazing. I can't wait to be fully immersed in this new Pokemon region, the Galar region. Among some of these gorgeous environments, we saw a mine, a beach, a ruins type of environment, all typical Pokemon game locations. They look even better on the Switch. Now, something the trailer introduced that I want to talk about that's brand new to the series is something they're calling the wild area, and that ties into the gorgeous environments. So the wild area, they said, connects all of the cities and the towns in the Galar region, and it not only has free camera movement, which is pretty darn cool, so you can get the really awesome E3 pan shot to showcase that beautiful environment, but it makes me wonder if routes are a thing of the past. Because it seems like what Game Freak is trying to do with the wild area is make Pokemon a more open world experience. So are we going to even have routes anymore? Are Pokemon locations and appearance rates going to be dependent upon just simply the wild area, the time of day, and the weather then? We did see that in the wild area, wild Pokemon appear, lots and lots of varieties of wild Pokemon appear, just milling around, doing what they do best, living their best Pokemon lives. And it makes the world feel so dynamic and so immersive. I'm sorry, I'm just so excited. But one thing that makes unclear to me is how encounter rates are going to work. So we see wild Pokemon appearing in the overworld. Does that mean it's going to be like Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu, in that every Pokemon that you can encounter in battle and possibly catch is already in the overworld? I don't think so, and here's why. So in one part of the trailer, we see the male trainer running through tall grass, and an exclamation point appears above his head. There was no visible wild Pokemon in front of him when that happened. Was that an encounter? Did he find an item that we didn't see? Who knows? There was also a whistle mechanic that was showcased. The male trainer was walking up to a patch of grass, he whistles, and two Stuffle poke their heads up. Now, was this a way of enticing wild Pokemon to him? Does the whistle mechanic, does it call rare Pokemon to you? Or is it possibly related to the Corviknight fly mechanic that we learned about later in the trailer, and I will go into more detail with that. I don't know. Maybe there are multiple ways of encountering and capturing wild Pokemon in this game. At one point, we even see the male trainer tiptoeing through the tall grass, as in Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby. So I'm wondering, does shaking grass patches, do those make a comeback? Perhaps, are we going to see the Dex Nav make a comeback? That would be really cool to me. I really enjoyed the Dex Nav. Who knows? So many questions. And lastly, when it comes to encountering wild Pokemon, how are we going to capture them? I am really hoping that the capture mechanic is not motion control based the way it was in Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. That was not my cup of tea. I want to be able to battle the wild Pokemon and capture them traditionally. I am thinking, based upon everything we have seen so far, that the classic catching mechanic has made a return, that we are not going with the motion controls. We shall see. Hopefully more information will be revealed before November, but that's pretty much all I have to say about the wild area for now. So let's move on. I have just a couple of timestamps, two brief little tidbits I want to bring your attention to. The first one is at 59 seconds in, and we see a Sobble go through a very happy animation and hearts appear above his head. And this makes me think Pokemon-Amie is back. And I really hope it is, because I really liked having an affection mechanic. It gives you a way of avoiding, shaking off status effects, having boosted experience, etc., without having to use an experience share. And just another way of bonding with your Pokemon. So could be Pokemon-Amie, could not be, we shall see. Now if you look at minute 4, 13 seconds, you'll see that the gym battle is being filmed. And on the video camera, you're gonna see a little Rotom icon, which I thought was just a really neat touch, because that made me think of the Rotom camera from Pokemon Sun and Moon. Possibly, the Rotom camera will make a reappearance, the Rotom Dex, the camera function. I would love it if it did, especially with the wild area, the ability to have a free moving camera. We could probably line up some really amazing shots, especially with, wild Pokemon that appear based on time of day and weather effects. I mean, I think this could be, almost Pokemon Snap-esque, if you'll let me go that far. But we shall see. Could just be a little kind of Easter egg, fun little bit. Could have nothing to do with the Rotom Dex at all. But I'm hoping that it does. So of course, one of the most exciting tidbits of information we got in the trailer were some new Pokemon reveals. Now, we got names and categorizations, like sheep Pokemon, for these new Pokemon. However, we didn't receive typings. So if you will allow me to make a conjecture on the types I believe them to be, then this might make for a more interesting discussion. But let's start with my favorite, the sheep Pokemon Wooloo. How cute and fluffy is that? I'm thinking it's probably an early encounter, normal type Pokemon, but I'm a huge fan of Mareep. So Wooloo just, oh gosh, so cute. Next we had Gossifleur and its evolution Eldegoss. Now, they did explicitly state that Gossifleur and Eldegoss were grass types. However, we don't know if there is a secondary typing to them. I'm leaning towards them being pure grass, although Gossifleur does have a rather fairy-like appearance. Eldegoss, actually though, does not. And Eldegoss, to me, looks like a mid-evolution. I'm thinking there is a final evolution beyond Eldegoss. But that remains to be seen. But we have those two. Then we have Dreadnought, and he looks like a snapping turtle. He's pretty cool. I really liked his design as well. I'm actually leaning towards normal type for Dreadnought rather than water, despite his snapping turtle appearance. That or rock, because the developers do say that in his Pokédex description, his bite is strong enough to crush rocks and iron. Lastly, we have my second favorite reveal, Corviknight. Now this dude looks badass. I am thinking, clearly we've got the flying type as the primary, but I'm not sure if his secondary typing would be either dark or steel. Steel, going along with the whole knight naming design. But one more really cool thing about Corviknight is that he is our replacement for the Fly HM. So the developers explicitly stated that Corviknight is a taxi service, an air taxi, that can fly you to any previously visited cities and towns. How you call him or use him, maybe it's that whistle mechanic, we don't know yet, but it's clear that hidden moves are still a thing of the past. We are continuing on in the same vein as Pokemon Sun and Moon, and making relationships with Pokemon that help us surpass obstacles in our environment. We no longer need an HM slave in our party, so plus, I'm really glad they stuck with that. So to wrap up all of the new Pokemon reveals, there weren't specifics given on how many new Pokemon there will be. However, I am assuming it's going to be similar to previous gens numbers-wise. We were given plenty of footage of returning Pokemon, so we are going to have plenty of options to build our parties with. We saw Pokemon like Rhydon, Butterfree, Gyarados, Inkay, Axew. The list goes on. I started making a list of all of the Pokemon, the returning Pokemon that appear in the trailer, and I finally just gave up because I had like 15 on there. This world is going to be chock full of Pokemon. It is not going to feel empty at all. That excites me. Two last little tidbits, going back to the wild area aspect of the trailer. We can confirm that fishing makes a return, so yay, I love to fish in the Pokemon games. And we also see a return of berry trees. We see trainers shaking the trees and the berries falling down. So that also makes me think that Pokemonami will make a return because we can create Pokepuffs with berries, perhaps. Let's move on to the new battle gimmick, Dynamax. So first off, it seems that Mega Evolutions will not be making a return. What we do have instead is the option of making one of our Pokemon ginormous for 3 turns in battle, and then it reverts back to normal. And it seems the gym leaders have the same ability to make with their Pokemon. Now, Dynamaxing also has an online component. They have what are called raids, like as in Pokemon Go. And you can team up with 3 other players via local Wi-Fi or over Nintendo Online Internet to battle a Dynamaxed Pokemon that does not revert after 3 turns. And then if you defeat it, you're given the option of capturing it. So that's pretty cool. I like the fact that some Pokemon won't appear in the wild until you battle them in a Dynamax raid. I think that's how we're going to see a lot of rare returning Pokemon we saw in the trailer Weavile and Clefable. The thing I don't like about the Dynamax raids is that you're going to need a Nintendo Online subscription, and I don't know if I want to pay for that just to be able to have some internet Dynamax raids, but we'll see. I wasn't a huge fan of Mega Evos. I mean, I didn't dislike them, but all of the new battle gimmicks we seem to get every couple generations in Pokemon never seem to do much for me. But Dynamax seems pretty cool, and it definitely shows off the graphical capabilities of the Nintendo Switch when you see your Pokemon just, become Godzilla-sized. But going more into the footage of the Dynamax raid, one thing I saw in that did get me really excited. And that is, it seems that trainer customization has made a return. When they were showing the raid battle footage, all 4 of the trainers battling the Dynamaxed Pokemon had different skin color, hair color, eye color, and clothing. Now, Pokemon X and Y are one of my favorite generations because the clothing customization options for trainers were just off the charts. I loved being able to create unique outfits and go shopping for clothes for my trainer. I don't know how extensive the customization will be in Sword and Shield. That wasn't clear in the trailer, but it does seem to be present, and that thrills me to pieces. Moving on, let's talk briefly about the new characters who were revealed. We have Leon, who is the champion of the Galar region, whose partner is a Charizard, and we see Milo, the grass-type gym leader. Now let me go into those just a little bit deeper. I gotta say, I am not personally a fan of the footballer uniforms that we're seeing on the gym leaders, on the champion, and on the protagonist trainer himself or herself when they walk into the gym. I think they look kind of silly. But, as is stated in the trailer, Pokemon battling is the primary form of entertainment in the Galar region, so it makes sense that there would be teams and uniforms, and it is the predominant sport in Gala. One other thing about Milo is that the protagonist trainer is fighting him with a Grookey, which is one of the starting Pokemon. So it makes me think that he is either our first gym leader or one of the beginning gym leaders. He's also a grass type, and grass is traditionally weak to many things, so it would make sense that he was a beginning trainer battle. One thing that I forgot to touch on, the inclusion of the wild area and the possible exclusion, like the 86ing of routes in the game, makes me wonder if you can now fight gym leaders in any order you want. I doubt this is the case. I think that might be too much, and Pokemon also likes to gear itself towards a younger audience that may be overwhelmed with options and not be able to make a decision on what gym leader to tackle next. But maybe, just maybe, you can fight the gym leaders in any order you want, and their teams adjust to reflect how many badges you have. I like that idea. But along with the footage of the champion and the gym leader, that means that Pokemon gyms are back, obviously. So no more Pokemon Sun and Moon, stuff like that. I did enjoy Pokemon Sun and Moon a lot. I really liked the trials. I thought they were a nice breather. But I'm happy to be getting back into gym battles. So along with Leon and Milo, we're introduced to our rival, Hop, who is Leon's younger brother. Him I'm not so thrilled about. Gold and Silver, Gen 2, is my favorite gen, and I love having a douchebag for a rival. I am so tired of having nice rivals because you don't get any satisfaction for beating them. I really hope that there is an unannounced douchey rival who we can get a very strong sense of satisfaction from creaming them, but we shall see. Lastly, we have Professor Magnolia, who is the professor of the Galar region, and I love her design already, and her assistant / granddaughter, Sonia. So I like both of them. I'm looking forward to meeting them in the game. One last little bit I want to touch on about Pokemon gyms, and this is pure speculation on my part, but I'm wondering if there is some sort of appeal mechanic when it comes to the crowd. So all of the gym battles seem to take place in a large stadium arena, and all the seats are filled with cheering fans. The developers mentioned something about excitement reaching its peak when you are fighting in a gym leader match. And it made me wonder if maybe you can appeal to the crowd, and if somehow winning over the audience helps give your Pokemon stat boosts or something along those lines. And last but not least, we did get the reveals of the legendary Pokemon. We have our Dark Souls Great Grey Wolf Sif, who is called Zacian, and then we have the Shield Wolf, Zamazenta. I actually love their designs, and they make me question the possibility of a third, evil legendary, because at the end of their trailer, you see them sense a presence and then gear up for battle. So I'm thinking that there is at least one more legendary. So I'm left with one really pressing question at the end of this trailer, and that's, is there an evil team in this game? We saw zero footage of, a Team Rocket-esque evil villainous gang in the trailer, and I'm a little disappointed. I mean, if I'm not going into the Pokemon universe to save the world, what am I doing with my life? I really hope we get some hints about, an evil gang that we have to take down before the game's release in November. One other little thing that I was hoping that would be revealed, and of course wasn't, was starter evolutions. And that's simply because I will bet money that Scorbunny is going to be another firefighting type. You've heard it here first, folks. I mean, it even has a bandage on its nose. Pretty sure we're looking at another firefighting. I really, honestly hope I'm wrong. But yeah, I'm Team Sobble all the way. Team Sobble. And finally, I bet you're wondering if I am going to Let's Play or live stream the games when they release. And my answer to you is, hell yeah! Of course, on November 15th, I will be, I haven't decided if it will be a live stream or Let's Play yet, but I will be, in some capacity, filming these games. And I do believe I will be doing a Nuzlocke challenge in them to make it a little spicier. So guys, what do you think? I want to hear all of your opinions in the comments. Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm totally wrong? What do you think the new Pokemon typings are like? How do you think the wild area is going to function? Less linearity, more open worlds. Let's talk Pokemon. Clearly, I love Pokemon. I love talking about it. I'm filming this the same day it released. So yeah, I'm really excited. I hope you are too. Thank you guys for watching. If you found this video informative or entertaining, please leave that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel. I do have a Twitter, TYT Gaming, capital K, capital C. I am happy to chat about Pokemon over any medium, Twitter included. And yeah, I think that wraps it up. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your evening. And, oh, I can't cheers. I don't have a tasty beverage. So guys, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your night. Cheers!